both from going to bins to carts and a change from carts bi-weekly to weekly.
I just know in our house, we have 2 bins, we fill up every 2 weeks. If I throw it in that cart and it's weekly, it's gonna be, we recycle a lot, so the cart will be a whole
Now
cart.
we're not. That's even less trash.
But it would be helpful
Can we, so is that to say we can, put off making this decision once a year? Is that what I'm saying?
I'm ready to look at it. But I'm fine with that.
Okay, we have a motion on
You have a
the floor,
motion.
so,
I don't know that we have a second.
so, can it's not really an amendment to your motion.
Will we have enough time to do this research? I mean, I know I asked for it a while ago, but will 2 months suffice? 2 or 3 months? I don't know.
Yeah, next meeting, I'm suggesting that we get some further information, ask staff to come back to some further information on comparable.
Yeah, I'm curious on just we have flex adding carts. I mean, 100,000 is a lot. The idea of the high recyclers saying, hey, here's another cart, go for it. And we encourage you and also work on waste reduction. Recycling is still, you're still utilizing stuff. We could just work to reduce our waste stream. A good thing too.
Well, for people, it's going to, for many people, it's going to be a big change to go from bins to carts. And, so people don't like change. So if we're just, I mean, we'd be asking, it might be easier to ask for a little bit of change before we ask for a major change. But I guess the question is, do we want to wait and have a little more information next time, or do we want to?
If you would indulge, again, do we believe that having more information will make the decision any
Having
different?
that information, just from those 2 gentlemen that took 5 minutes, was very helpful. And that's
Yeah.
all I was been asking for.
But again, the challenge that I face and many times, and I'm sure other departments do, is there's not a lot of comparable communities to Shorewood.
That's right.
Not truly. So, from staff's perspective, I think it's largely a policy decision. And, we could come up with 30 quotes from 30 different municipalities on similar impacts, and it's going to be a shotgun of outcomes depending on what all the hidden metrics were that we'll never understand.
Like density, I mean.
So,
What does the conservation committee, I mean, Josh, some of the members of the conservation committee are pretty knowledgeable about this stuff. What do they have to say about this?
California.
I know that when they wrote a recommendation letter to the board with recommendations. One of the things that they were looking for was weekly recycling. That was included in the letter.
Yeah, they outline pay as you throw. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Pay as you throw
Yeah.
charge.
That wasn't in the recommendation.
Right, they have,
Right.
right.
But they were saying there's other.
But you
programs.
mentioned, exactly, they outlined.
If I remember right, their letter actually had, I think, reverse cycle, so I think
Yeah.
we proposed weekly recycling and bi-weekly
Garbage,
collection.
yeah.
Well, and that's something that over a 5-year period, we could plan aggressively or explore aggressively or map out what that would really look like, But, I also struggle because Leanne has been very good at advising along the way based on her extensive experience in this community and with contracts and collections. And, I think if there were a lot of different options, you would have said what they were, right, Leanne? It's not like you're overly biased one way or another. You want the same thing we want, but you have the responsibility of actually advising on something that would work.
Yeah, the way to make it happen is to say, if you don't reduce your solid waste, you're gonna have to pay an
You're
extra
gonna pay,
Exactly, it has
And
to
so
go.
let's do the weekly recycling and talk about the cost, stuff at the garbage.
Hi, Linnea Sunstrom, 1320 East Lake Bluff. A comment and then a question. Just speaking as a person that's here tonight that recycles a whole lot. I don't know how many families we have that are so big, or people that are buying so much crap on Amazon, excuse my language, that they're filling that thing, they're gonna fill that thing up once a week. We have a cart and we recycle everything that is legal to recycle. And I don't even put it out every 2 weeks. That's 2 people in the household. So I'm kind of leaning towards the, the every other week pickup is sufficient. It's a whole different situation with the solid waste because of the rats and all that kind of stuff.
And
That's-
summertime and heat.
That's gross stuff in there and you really do need it picked up, dog poop and stuff. I'm livening up the night, sir. Let's just get graphic. So just that comment, I guess. I don't think people can be that upset about going to carts, especially if they don't have to pay for them. And those of us who've already paid, well, we'll just have to get over ourselves, won't we?
No, I just brought it up because, you know, it's.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. The question I have, and I know you all, I come from this from a complete vantage point of complete ignorance. All I know is that the legislature has passed a law that restricts what municipalities can do as far as expanding recycling programs, and I'm assuming that you're all up to date on that, and I think that's something you need to be sure you know what's going on with that. That's it.
Thank you. Yes.
Jessica Carpenter, 4360 North Alpine. As a young family, we fill the bin every single time, and then some, and different times of the year, it's even more.
You're talking about the bin, it's not the cart.
The cart, no, sorry, the big cart. So having the option of getting an additional cart, I mean, we get beyond what we have our capacity to fill even on a weekly basis. But I mean, I do see that cost of, $100,000, and it's a lot of money, and where does that come from? But I do think a lot of families move here because we are a progressive community, and we feel really that our environment is really important. So, I mean, it's really a hard decision, but we're only a family of 4, and we fill the cart or the bin, whatever the big thing is called, every single time, and then some. So the other thing that I could maybe think of is there a way, the cardboard is a big thing, is there a way to collect cardboard separately? I mean, the idea of taking it to DPW sounds really amazing, but like in reality with kids, that's not gonna happen. So is there a way to collect cardboard? Because that's a big, bulky item, and that can't be, I don't know. So if that can't be in the bin, how do you collect that?
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah, I think that's where it's going. I mean, we see Amazon and all, my husband does all he does, Amazon, every single thing. And my store manager does the same, for the store. And so it's really those big boxes, and maybe that in 2 years there'll be a service that's available, or we can explore, getting something started of, can we collect that cardboard and get it to DPW? And then the bins will be halfway empty. My bins at my store are from shoe boxes and Amazon boxes, and it's not from cans of soda. So it's how do you get that cardboard out of there?
Please. James Marsh, 4305 North Marlboro Drive. Well, my family of 2, we recycle everything. My fiance just loves Amazon to a degree. We buy over books, pretty much everything from Amazon. We go to the local health food stores like Outpost and Fresh Market. So basically everything we get is pretty much recyclable. And we live in an apartment complex in which that recycling bin fills up in like 2 or 3 days. So if there's a way to expand services, great. She's also from northern New Mexico, in which, as a community, they have a centralized location in which they can send off excess recycling. So maybe educating the community in regards to those options might be a possible alternative in the future. And I think it would also help to educate what you can actually recycle in this community, because it varies. Because in Madison, where I was originally from before I went to UW Milwaukee, there were only certain things you could recycle, and some things weren't as useful as others, and it would just be helpful in your education plan, what you can and what can't you recycle. And
Because a lot of it, isn't there a percentage, someone might know, I'm sure you might have heard this, but a lot of the stuff that's going into recycling bins, that are filling up the bins, aren't recyclable.
so I think that would help with regards to their usage in the future.
Trustee,
I don't know how we're gonna do this for voting tonight or not, but another option, if this doesn't pass, is to aggressively, and I'm not talking about waiting 5 years, because we had many opportunities to discuss this. We knew this contract was coming up, and yet here we are making a decision potentially tonight that we are gonna lock ourselves into for the next 5 years. And we know that people are consuming more cardboard is, that's a fact. And where that goes in 5 years, we don't know, but we know where that is now. We are fortunately, again, going to the carts over over the bin. Am I getting that right now? Yes, the cart.
Yeah.
But, okay, having
carts
said
have
that.
wheels.
Okay, thank you. And if this doesn't pass tonight, some of these things that were mentioned tonight, some of these programs or education, yes, education's great, but action, coupled with action, and we could also ask neighbors to be good stewards. Hey, if your bin doesn't get filled or cart, whatever, please let whoever you feel comfortable with going into sharing. So we discussed this with the waste removal as well. So if this doesn't pass tonight, I really hope this board stands by your commitment to the environment, and that we do press staff and try to come up with some sustainable solutions that are affordable, so that we can make sure that we are moving the needle and not just giving lip service to the thought of it. Thank you.
The two gentlemen were in the, indicated that people have moved to the weekly. I know we're different, but they've indicated they, in their business, aren't seeing the jump.
That's, as trustee Zovic said, that's a different jump. The jump that you're going to realize from bin to cart is of course going to be a lot larger than what you're going to see.
In the increment, right.
But it's not, we're not measuring the increments here. We're not, I mean, those, yes, if you measure it relative to what you're going to see initially just by that one, if that's enough,
It's not enough.
great, but it might not be.
But what if you pay, for a cardboard service for $100,000 and have more?
Sure, I get it, and again, I'd like to see these options. None of those things are options right now. The options that we have are weekly or bi-weekly.
We are gonna move the needle when we make the needle move.
Right.
And when people have to pay more, and when their actions directly affect how much they pay, that's how we will start to change behavior. Giving them a cart and giving them weekly pickup gives them the opportunity. The incentive is, you know what, if you don't use that cart and get all the recyclable out of your garbage, you're gonna be paying more.
But to do that, we have to remove garbage from the property.
Right.
Which I think we should be talking about doing. And the people who are willing to really recycle can pay a smaller amount per month, can pay only $10 per month versus someone who wants a big cart and they can pay 25. I mean, that's, but we have to be willing to talk about removing garbage from the property tax to be able to offer that sort of differentiation. I mean, if I guess I could see, I might be willing to vote for weekly if we commit at least to having that conversation at budget time.
And I agree with Trustee Zovic, because what you're saying is absolutely correct. We need to make that investment because we need to hit their pocketbooks. But you're not, by making the investment, you're charging it to them anyways to recycle. So how are they going to save, how is it going to save them?
The tipping fee goes down. The volume of solid waste tonnage goes down. Right now, we're paying.
But they're still going to be paying.
Collectively, he's saying collectively.
more you take out of your garbage and put it into recycling, the less we're paying at the landfill for disposal of that garbage.
But then they could do that by driving into the center,
Yes, they could.
right? But
Yes, they could. And why aren't they doing it? Because it's not convenient.
Or get another
We're
car.
giving them the opportunity. And certainly by saying you could have more carts, we're gonna get partway there. By giving them a cart, we're gonna get partway there. By giving them the opportunity to do 2 carts, we're gonna get partway there.
And I will mention that we had this discussion during the alley service about carts and what a challenge it was to convince this board at times that we should have carts in the alley because some people don't want to move. For whatever reason, there are space constrictions for those of us that have alleys. So now we're talking about 2 carts where you may have had a bin before. So, I mean, there are a lot of different considerations, not just financial. I'm not saying that anyone's making a decision on that. It's a tough discussion.
I just don't want to poo-poo, if we didn't go for it, it goes down, we still made big gains here. We decided collectively to rent the cars, that was huge. I mean, it was not politically acceptable to all, you know, the people were against that, some people. So I just don't want to lose fact of the biggest gain we're going to get is by going to the carts, and we made that, you know, we've accomplished that. And we accomplished organics that you were pushing for